Okay, give us another one.
Okay, so this person says, how did you manage your businesses or your content and stuff like that? What would you have told your younger self when you just started?
Stretch.
Easy. Besides stretching, work harder.
Man.
Work way harder.
Yeah.
I've said this many times. Like, looking back, I just didn't do enough. I could have done more. I did a lot. But, like, looking back, I'm like, I could have done so much more.
Yeah.
And I, like, fucked off in so many different ways. Like, whether it be, like, playing video games with no purpose to it, just to fucking play video, which is fun. Like, and if you have time to do that and it's, like, meditative or relaxing to you, or it's, like, a part-time thing. But I just did too much bullshit where it's like I could have just not done that. I could have focused on trying to learn how to do the things that I wanted to do in the future, try to be better at them, even if I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I just could have spent more time learning, like reading more books and just working fucking harder.
Yeah.
And I got a lot done, but
What do you mean stretch?
earlier I was talking about
we were
like
talking about stretching.
being like stretching and just in general and working out, like how much stretching has like changed like fucking my body.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I just skipped out on it because it was like I said earlier, the older guys were always like stretch, and I was like, shut the fuck up, old man. Like, I don't need that shit because I was just trained. And as I got older, I'm like, wait, they were onto some shit. I wish someone told me that when I was younger to stretch more. So stretch more and work fucking harder. That's honestly what I would have told myself. Straight up.
I wish I got wise about money earlier on. Like I was never the type to spend money or like get a Lamborghini or do anything extravagant, but I could have like invested more, or saved more, or done this more instead of worrying about like getting the coolest shoes or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that was all dumb. And like in the moment, it didn't seem dumb because I'm young and I want like girls to like me or like guys to think I'm cool.
Yeah.
But that's something I would have changed to.
Made it less about material shit.
Yeah, and more about what I want to be at this point in my life.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I wish I thought more 5 years ahead, more.
About like financial status.
Just life. Like, okay, where do I want to be in 5 years? Let's work towards that. Instead, I was living in the present.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Which is though important though.
That's
it is
important
to
too,
live
yeah.
in the present. It's just about like, you know, you have to have somewhat, you know, of a foresight. But what about you?
I don't want to answer this because I think I've done the worst out of everybody.
Doesn't
like
matter. That's
in
why
terms of
you should answer.
So I would do everything fundamentally different. Like I did.
Yeah, I love it.
Like because me and Alex were there right before Logan and Jake came onto the scene. Like Logan and Jake were texting us for advice on how to, not Jake, Logan, on how to do YouTube.
We were neighbors.
But so what I see it as, Logan just did everything right, whereas I did everything wrong and lost everything. So everything would have to be fundamentally different. So it would be too long of an answer, like everything.
Yeah.
I didn't treat it like a business. I treated it too much like just my heart on my sleeve and just like everything through feelings and emotions, rather than this is a business. Let me structure it like a business. Let me form a team like a business. Yeah. Like even to this day, I still don't know how much to pay out people to work for me. And that's why I can't grow and be as effective as I can, because I'm at a loss because I don't know.
Yeah. Sometimes you ask me questions about that.
I'm still bad at it.
Yeah.
I recently made a very, very, very horrible financial decision business wise.
Yeah. I mean, it happens, dude. Like, no matter what, it's going to happen. Even when you're trying to make the best decisions, you can still make fuck decisions.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a part of the game. It's a part of life. But, I mean, recognizing that is important. Mm-hmm. Straight up. I mean, being honest with yourself in it is important. Because that's the thing about all this. The more we can be honest with where we're at in our life, like when we're at that point, the more we could actually make real progress in our life. And that's, I think, the hardest thing for people. Like, if you were able to make that realization 5 years ago, you'd be ahead, right? And the person listening, at the moment they're able to be like, hey, wait, this is who I really am. This is where I'm really at. These are where my values really lie. Is this aligning with like what you said, where I want to be in 5 years? And if not, you have to make real changes. And that's scary, because like it is easier to be like, I'm just here in the moment, I'm doing these things, than being like, where's my future? Because I remember that question that you said, like, what do you want to do in 10 years? What do you want to do? I was like, I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, same.
And even to be fair, when I was younger in my early 20s, I didn't know. And even today, I don't have this like exact plan, but I have a much clearer plan now.
Yeah.
And it's just about taking the time to sit down and really think about that, instead of just day after day just moving forward in your life.
Yeah. My 20s were pretty much just winging it. I was just winging it in my 20s. I feel like nobody knows what they're doing in their 20s, but they act like they do. And that's the key. You gotta fake it till you make it.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I did.
Yeah.
I was never bad with spending the money, because I just never really cared about shit.
Yeah.
Like, I never cared about shoes and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I never cared about cars ever. Like, I like them, but I just don't give a fuck. I think at one point, I had a few dumb cars, like my G-Wagon. But I never spent money crazy like that.
Me either.
I just put money into my shit.
I did. I fucked up bad.
Yeah, no, I know you did.
July 15th. Nobody will forget.
July 15th, baby.
There's cars, there's things, there's everything.
Yeah, you were all about all that stuff.
Yeah. You
Fuck, dude. Because you were like, I just find it crazy how like you were literally like the number one YouTuber.
You were getting
And
like
you
2
fucked
million
yourself.
views
I'm
a
sorry,
vlog
I'm sorry.
every day, and then you randomly decided to shut off there.
I have to say it though.
That was so random. 2
Okay,
million
guys.
views a day.
Next question.
It's like
I love
At
this.
the time when you're in a situation, though, you never realize how good it is until after that situation, and you look back.
You
You're
took
at
it
a
for
worse
granted,
spot,
bro.
And then you look back, and you're like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck? That's crazy."